A grand canvas is being painted, not with pigment, but with light. The light of factories, of cities, of prosperity. Asia, once a dim sketch, is now ablaze, a conflagration fueled by energy demand. The numbers speak volumes. This growth is not linear, but exponential. A steep curve ascending skyward, representing aspiration and relentless demand. History echoes, but on a grander scale. The Industrial Revolution of the West, now reimagined in the East, with breathtaking speed and unprecedented scale. The global energy grid, a complex system akin to a living organism. The flow of oil, gas, and electricity fuels Asia's growth, but also creates chokepoints and tensions. Sea lanes, the arteries of energy commerce. Control of these routes equates to control of supply. A pivotal factor on the geopolitical chessboard. The economy, a complex clockwork, powered by energy. Energy is the mainspring, driving everything else. When energy falters, the entire machine grinds to a halt. Asia, a thirsty giant, reaching for a shrinking pool. Global energy resources, finite and unevenly distributed. A recipe for competition. Energy, not just oil and gas. A spectrum of choices, from renewables to nuclear. Each option carries its own benefits and burdens. Economic growth is inextricably linked to energy consumption. A strong correlation, difficult to decouple. Energy is the fuel of development. The global energy market, a complex and interconnected web. Interdependence creates both opportunities and vulnerabilities. Energy security, not just an economic issue, but a matter of national security. Protecting supply, securing transit routes. A paramount priority. Energy security, a multifaceted concept. Diversifying supply, strengthening infrastructure resilience, maintaining political stability. A complex challenge. Energy diplomacy, a crucial tool. Building partnerships, resolving disputes, ensuring stable supply. A path towards peace and prosperity. Imagine a world where oil supply is disrupted. The consequences would be devastating, especially for economies reliant on energy imports. The fragility of the global system. Current trends indicate Asia is investing heavily in renewable energy. An effort to reduce reliance on fossil fuels and mitigate environmental impact. Environmental impact, an undeniable factor. Energy choices affect not only the economy, but also the health of the planet. Technology, the key to solving the energy puzzle. Efficient energy storage, smart grids, energy-efficient building designs. Essential breakthroughs. The energy transition, an arduous journey. Building a bridge across the chasm, towards a sustainable future. Global cooperation is a prerequisite. Imagine a future where Asian cities become beacons of sustainability. Green buildings, electric vehicles, renewable energy. A hopeful vision. We live on a single planet, intricately connected. Energy security is not a national issue, but a global one. Collective action is essential. The South China Sea, a crossroads of destiny. Beneath the waves, a trove of energy lies dormant, a catalyst for geopolitical ambitions. The 9-line, a map of ambiguity. Overlapping territorial claims, a recipe for instability and potential conflict. Artificial islands, a symbol of assertive power. A man-made geographical shift, reshaping the balance of power at sea. The Strait of Malacca, a vital artery of trade. A strategic choke point, where disruption can send shockwaves across the globe. Central Asia, an energy tapestry. Pipelines, conduits of prosperity, but also pathways to dependence. Pipeline competition, a 21st-century great game. Each nation pursuing its own interests, a tangled web of interwoven agendas. The Arctic, a new frontier. Melting ice reveals untapped resources, an opportunity and a potential curse. Arctic extraction, a precarious trade-off. Economic development versus environmental preservation, a risky balancing act. Increased military presence, a sign of escalating competition. The Arctic, no longer a pristine wilderness, but a potential battleground. Maritime security, a linchpin of global stability. Piracy, cyber attacks, and unconventional threats, new challenges to the established order. The energy grid, a complex and fragile system. Interdependence creates stability, but also vulnerabilities. Energy prices, a geopolitical barometer. Volatility can trigger instability, a vicious cycle of conflict and poverty. The global supply chain, a fragile network. Disruption in one place can trigger collapse elsewhere, a lesson in interconnectedness. Asia, a driver of energy demand. Economic rise fuels consumption, putting pressure on resources and the environment. Renewable energy, a path to sustainability. A necessary transition, reducing reliance on fossil fuels and mitigating environmental impact. Cyber warfare, a new battleground. Energy infrastructure becomes a target, a threat to national security. Energy policies, a reflection of national values and priorities. A global comparison, revealing gaps and opportunities for collaboration. Climate change, a game changer. Impacting resources, exacerbating instability and conflict. Energy geopolitics, a complex web of interdependence. Competition and cooperation, opposing forces shaping our future. The future of energy, a necessary shift. From fossil fuels to renewables, a challenging journey, but an inevitable one. The world of energy, historically shaped by the dollar's dominance, now shows the first cracks. The era of the petrodollar, where oil is priced in US dollars, may be drawing to a close. A new era is dawning. Asia, with its immense energy needs and diverse supply sources, is becoming the epicenter of this change. Asian nations are seeking alternatives to ensure energy security and reduce dependence on the dollar. The global financial mechanism, like a complex clockwork, is shifting. The US dollar, once the dominant gear, is slowing down, making way for other currencies, like the Yuan, Rupee, and Ruble. The rise of Yuan-denominated energy contracts is a clear testament. Trading volumes are increasing, indicating growing confidence in the currency for international energy transactions. Diversifying payment methods is not just an economic issue but also a geopolitical one. It allows nations to have greater control over their economic destiny. Alternative payment systems are being vigorously developed in Asia. These networks, built on advanced technology, are connecting nations and creating a new financial ecosystem. The emergence of systems like CIPS poses a direct challenge to SWIFT's dominance. It provides an alternative transaction channel, reducing reliance on Western financial infrastructure. Imagine global trade flows as a river. Initially narrow and dominated by a single strong current, it is now branching out into multiple, more diverse streams. The decline of the petrodollar is not just an economic issue. It reflects a shift in the global balance of power, with Asia playing an increasingly important role. Many nations are actively exploring the use of alternative currencies in energy trade. This trend is spreading, indicating a systemic shift in how countries approach international commerce. Asia's economic rise is the primary driver of this change. As Asian economies continue to grow, their influence on the global financial system also increases. Market volatility is a challenge, but currency diversification can help mitigate risk. A multipolar financial system may be more stable than one dependent on a single currency. For developing nations, using different currencies can provide greater flexibility and reduce the burden of dollar-denominated debt. Financial independence, like a seed, takes time to sprout and grow. But when it takes root, it can create a solid foundation for economic prosperity. The interconnectedness of Asian economies is growing stronger. This creates a large and robust domestic market, less dependent on external markets. The balance of global financial power is swinging. The pendulum is gradually shifting towards Asia, reflecting the region's growing economic strength and influence. This change is not without risks. It could lead to geopolitical tensions and new competitions for influence and resources. The global economy, like a complex jigsaw puzzle, is being rearranged. The pieces are being adjusted to fit the new landscape, where Asia plays a more central role. Cooperation is key to navigating this change successfully. Western and Asian financial institutions need to find ways to collaborate to build a fairer and more sustainable global financial system. A more diverse and resilient financial system is taking shape. A system where no single nation or currency can dominate, a system that reflects the complexity and dynamism of today's world. The Gobi Desert, once a symbol of barrenness, now a source of immense renewable energy. This transformation underscores that energy transition is not just a necessity, but an opportunity. The Asian economy, a complex mechanism driven by R&D, policy, investment, and infrastructure. Each gear plays a crucial role in accelerating the energy innovation race. Asia's neural network, a web of interconnected nations sharing knowledge and technology. This collaboration accelerates the process of technological leapfrogging. A stark contrast between past and future. The antiquated coal plant, a symbol of fossil fuel dependence, juxtaposed with the modern offshore wind farm, representing a new energy era. Solar power, more than just an energy source, a laboratory of innovation. Advancements in conversion efficiency are reshaping the energy landscape. Science, the engine of progress. Scientists are working tirelessly to develop next-generation battery technologies, unlocking new possibilities for energy storage. Nuclear energy, a controversial topic, but an integral part of the overall energy solution. Advanced reactor technologies emphasize safety and efficiency. Innovation knows no gender. Female engineers are at the forefront of the renewable energy revolution, bringing fresh perspectives and innovative solutions. Policy, the invisible hand guiding the market. Government incentives are reshaping the energy landscape, encouraging investment in renewable energy projects. Economics, the language of choice. The cost of renewable energy is plummeting, making it an increasingly attractive economic option. Transportation, a sector undergoing a profound transformation. Electric vehicles, powered by solar energy, are revolutionizing how we move. Infrastructure, the backbone of progress. Interconnected energy grids across Asia are forming a supergrid, enhancing reliability and efficiency. Social impact, the true measure of success. Renewable energy is transforming lives, bringing light and opportunity to remote communities. Geopolitics, the stage of power. Asia is emerging as a key player in the global renewable energy arena, reshaping the balance of power. Environmental health, a legacy for future generations. Renewable energy is helping to clean the air and protect our planet. Vision, the guiding beacon. Industry leaders are charting the course for scaling up renewable energy in Asia, overcoming challenges and seizing opportunities. Time, a finite resource. The rapid pace of change in the renewable energy sector demands constant adaptation and innovation. Data, the map to the future. Converging data streams are painting a picture of a sustainable energy future, guiding us towards a cleaner and more prosperous world. The future, a promise to our children. Renewable energy is not just about power, it's about creating a better world for generations to come. Leadership, a responsibility, and an opportunity. Asia has the potential to lead the global energy transition, reshaping the destiny of the planet. Asia, a continent of contrasts. Towering mountains meet submerged plains, booming economies grapple with the brutal realities of climate change. This contrast is leverage. Floods swallow rice paddies, droughts scorch harvests, storms ravage coastal cities. Asia is on the front lines of the climate crisis, a reality its leaders cannot ignore. The economic ascendance of China and India, twin engines of global growth, comes at a price, an insatiable demand for energy. Coal, a dirty energy source, remains the backbone of development. The global economic mechanism, a complex machine where every gear is interconnected. Climate agreements, energy demand, economic growth, and political will, all must mesh to avert disaster. China and India walk parallel paths. Dependence on coal on one side, investment in renewable energy on the other. This transition is central to the negotiation. Climate summits, battlegrounds of diplomacy. Where national interests clash with global aspirations. Asia, with its vulnerability, holds a crucial bargaining chip. The surge in renewable energy investment, a ray of hope amidst the darkness. Solar, wind, hydropower, resources that can liberate Asia from fossil fuel dependence. The science is undeniable. Climate change is not a theory, but a brutal reality reshaping lives and livelihoods across Asia. Policy is key. Governments must create incentives to encourage renewable energy and penalize pollution, while ensuring a just transition for those affected. Carbon footprint, the mark we leave on the planet. Every nation must take responsibility, but Asia, with its scale and pace of development, must lead. Adaptation is survival. Communities must build resilience to the unavoidable impacts of climate change, protecting their lives and livelihoods. Climate policy, a complex web of factors. Economics, politics, society, all intertwined, shaping the decisions that define our future. Connectivity is strength. Asia is not a single entity, but a complex network of interdependent nations. Cooperation is essential to address the climate crisis. The future lies in the hands of our children. The decisions we make today will shape the world they inherit. What legacy will we leave them? Regeneration is hope. Planting trees, restoring ecosystems, healing the planet. Every small action can make a difference. Innovation is the path forward. New technologies are emerging, offering potential solutions to the climate crisis. Asia can lead this green revolution. Green economy, an opportunity for growth. Creating jobs, attracting investment, improving health. Sustainability is not a cost, but an investment. The voice of the people, the engine of change. Everyone has a role to play in the fight against climate change. Speak up, take action, make a difference. A seed of hope, a symbol of humanity's resilience. Even amidst the greatest challenges, there is potential for growth and renewal. Asia, rising not just economically, but in responsibility to the planet. Change is possible. The future depends on the decisions we make today. Energy, the lifeblood of civilization, is often extracted at a hidden cost. On one side, the glimmer of urban progress, on the other, the shadows of inequality. Resources flow, but benefits do not reach all. Rivers, the arteries of life, are reshaped to fuel energy demands. Riverine communities, bound to the water for generations, now face depletion and displacement. Progress brings displacement. The energy map unveils a complex picture. Resources are unevenly distributed, often concentrated in regions where communities are most vulnerable. Extraction breeds tension. Amidst the numbers and statistics, there are personal stories of loss and resilience. Each family, each community, feels the impact of energy decisions. Energy is not a neutral force. It can exacerbate inequality, creating winners and losers. This division threatens social cohesion. When the voices of the people are ignored, frustration can morph into unrest. Energy, meant to fuel progress, inadvertently becomes a source of conflict. The environment bears the brunt. Resource depletion, pollution, and climate change threaten livelihoods and regional stability. Energy is a geopolitical chess piece. The scramble for resources can escalate tensions between nations, jeopardizing regional peace and security. Our energy systems are vulnerable. Disruptions, whether from natural disasters or conflict, can have cascading consequences for economies and societies. Everything is connected. Energy, society, and the environment form an intricate web. A change in one affects all. There are alternative pathways. A sustainable and equitable energy future is possible, one where benefits are shared broadly and the environment is protected. Change begins locally. Empowered communities can shape their own energy future, building a greener and more equitable world. Innovation is key. New technologies can help us harness energy in cleaner, more efficient, and more sustainable ways. Policy choices matter. Governments can accelerate the transition to clean energy through regulations, incentives, and investments. The circular economy is a solution. By minimizing waste and reusing resources, we can reduce pressure on the environment and create a more sustainable future. Community participation is essential. When people have a say in energy decisions, the results are more equitable and sustainable. Smart infrastructure can be a game changer. Modernized grids and energy storage systems can help us integrate more renewable energy and enhance system reliability. Global cooperation is crucial. Climate change and energy security are global challenges that require global solutions. The world is changing. Many nations are leading the way in the transition to clean energy, demonstrating that a sustainable future is possible. The energy future is in our hands. We can choose a path towards sustainability, equity, and peace. The choice is ours. Energy geopolitics is not merely about supply and demand. It's about reshaping the global power architecture, with Asia at the epicenter of this game. China's Belt and Road Initiative is a bold endeavor to construct vast energy infrastructure, connecting nations and reshaping trade routes. Constructing such infrastructure is not without its challenges. Rugged terrains, political instability, and environmental risks pose significant hurdles. Imagine a world where energy flows freely from Central Asia to East Asia, bypassing traditional chokepoints and creating new interdependencies. This infrastructure doesn't just serve energy needs. It's also a tool for extending geopolitical influence, challenging existing orders. The global economy is an intricate clockwork mechanism. Disruptions in energy flows can have far-reaching consequences, affecting every nation. As the BRI expands, it creates both opportunities and risks. Geopolitical tensions can escalate as nations vie for influence over energy routes. Energy becomes a strategic pawn in the grand game of geopolitics. Nations must navigate these complex moves to protect their interests. The BRI has the potential to reshape energy trade routes, creating new partnerships and reducing reliance on traditional pathways. Energy interdependence can foster cooperation and stability. However, it also creates vulnerabilities that adversaries can exploit. Geopolitical events can trigger energy price volatility, impacting the economies of both importing and exporting nations. Investing in renewable energy can reduce reliance on fossil fuels and enhance energy security for nations along the BRI. Smart grids and energy storage technologies are crucial for integrating intermittent renewable energy sources and ensuring reliable supply. International cooperation is essential to address geopolitical challenges and promote a sustainable energy future. Energy is the lifeblood of an economy. Access to affordable and reliable energy is crucial for economic growth and social development. The BRI presents immense opportunities for economic growth and regional connectivity. However, it also carries the risk of escalating geopolitical tensions. The energy future of Asia and the world depends on the decisions we make today. Which path will we choose? The BRI is not just an infrastructure project. It's an ambitious endeavor to reshape the world order and create new spheres of influence. Navigating the geopolitical complexities of the BRI requires cooperation, dialogue, and a commitment to resolving disputes peacefully. As Asia rises, its energy destiny will reshape the world. Our future hinges on building a sustainable, equitable, and secure energy system. The world is undergoing a profound restructuring, with energy as the lifeblood connecting it. Current fragmentation isn't destiny, but a challenge to be overcome to build a sustainable future. Asia, with its powerful economic ascent, is becoming the epicenter of global energy demand. The region's influence will reshape the world's energy balance in the coming decades. The global economy, a complex machine, is gradually shifting to renewable energy. This transition is not just a choice, but a necessity to maintain stability and prosperity. Energy geopolitics in Asia is a complex web of national interests. Cooperation and competition intertwine, requiring skill and strategic vision to ensure energy security. Smart grids, a nervous system of the future, will optimize energy distribution, minimize waste, and ensure a stable supply for everyone. Addressing energy challenges requires global cooperation. Experts from around the world are working together to find innovative and sustainable solutions. Renewable energy is not just a clean energy source, but also an opportunity to build a greener and more harmonious future with nature. The global energy market is a tightly interconnected network. Disruptions in one region can have far-reaching consequences, highlighting the importance of stability and diversification. Imagine a world where cities are powered entirely by renewable energy sources, where advanced technologies optimize energy consumption and minimize environmental impact. Energy demand in Asia is projected to grow significantly in the coming decades. This requires sustainable solutions to meet this growing demand. Energy storage is key to addressing the intermittency of renewable energy. Advanced storage technologies will ensure a stable and reliable energy supply. The cost of renewable energy technologies is falling rapidly, making them increasingly competitive with fossil fuels. This trend will drive the energy transition. Collective action is power. Community energy projects empower people and promote the energy transition from the bottom up. International agreements play a vital role in promoting cooperation and addressing global energy issues. Strong commitment from all nations is needed. The right policies can reshape the energy landscape, incentivizing renewable energy and discouraging fossil fuels. A clear and effective regulatory framework is needed. The future is in our hands. Investing in sustainable solutions for future generations is our responsibility. Technological innovation is happening at a rapid pace. Breakthroughs in energy technology will unlock new opportunities and address current challenges. Every small action can make a difference. Together, we can illuminate a sustainable energy future for everyone. Engage in the energy transition. Learn, act, and inspire. A sustainable energy future is in your hands. From fragmentation, we strive for unity. From challenge, we create opportunity. A connected, prosperous, and sustainable world awaits us.